thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
You gonna propose to me, Alpha?
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
Why is your back to me? What are you doing here, Lena?
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch.
Well, don't worry, it won't be your problem much longer.
Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
You attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet? What? How?
Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man, a younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
I don't think so, Lena. Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be. He's lost without you, you know, and he misses you already. I probably went with this one, so let's go with this one.
Is that so? Then perhaps we might remain as we were, as we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work.
You do that.
This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Quest complete. Now what am I doing? Facing the truth. Her mind at ease, Lena is ready to return to her duties. Oh yeah, where did Please Alpha know to? Oh yeah, she wanted to speak to me privately, so he pissed out. Okay, got it. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back at their posts. Wait, where am I going? Speak with Alpha now. Where is he? Somewhere this way. Nope, can't get on a mountain here. Hello. Oh, my hair is really poofy. Hello, how's it going, guys? It's been a while, as in a week. But it's almost over. So, well, my lack of stream. What? It's garbage day tomorrow. God damn it. Hey Siri, can you set a reminder for 10 o'clock to take the garbage out?
Okay, your reminder is set for tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Excellent. No, 10 a.m. That's not what I needed. Why does she do that? 10 tonight. Apparently I need to specify PM. I thought it was good, but I realized that she said tomorrow. Okay, no. Not tomorrow at 10 a.m. Today. Today at 10 p.m. There we go. Series useless. Alright, let's get some background sound going in here. Oh. Oh, all my audio is fucked up. That's real weird. Alright. Excuse me. Oh. What we got here? So, I believe somewhere near the end of 5.5, we're going to see, what's his name? Arenvald, who's been injured. And, we got Ferdola here being salty. Instead of standing there gawping, why don't you tell your friend to stop whining like an underfed dog? People are fighting for their lives in there. I ship Ferdola and Arenvald a little bit. A little bit. She needs something to make her a little less angry with life. Please tell me something, anything. Will they tell me something? Because I'm the goddamn warrior of light. Another one come to see the lad in silver armor. Master Dameliot is attending to him as we speak. If you would be so kind as to wait. Do you know who I am? What did Master Dameliot say? Tell me his exact words. Enough, Alphino. This isn't helping. Let the Kyurgens do their work. Yeah, let's be salty with them. Oh, that person just poofed. But, you're right. Forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arenvald, I was afraid that something like this might happen. But now that it has, all we can do is wait. A big empty area. Oh, where'd the guy go? Now it's just us and Ferdola.
Ferdola, have you been waiting here all this time?
Of course she has. Where else would she go? Hey, she spoke to me.
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
He'll be fine. I believe.
May we see him?
Maybe. Nope, apparently not.
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
I enjoy when they're in these huge rooms and they just make it very echoey, their voice. Or not very echoey, but you can hear the echoiness. They have that in the Rising Stones too, and I enjoy the realism of it.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Oh, damn.
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light.
Damn. No. What am I trying to say? No, I can save everyone. God damn it. No, it's
People
true.
die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
Oh, Estinian's here.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better, and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
Aw, Estinian. How nice. It's like the nicest thing you've ever
The
said.
battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next.
You gonna miss us, Fredola?
And what'll become of your precious dreams then?
I think
They'll
she'd
be
miss
gone.
us.
Like dust on the wind.
She'd miss us.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Are we just gonna stand there staring at the door till Arnvald comes out? Oh, wait, why is this up? What do I gotta do now? Is Estinian over here? Oh, he is. What do you have to say? That woman. She plays at scorn, but her eyes are filled with sorrow. Sorrow deep enough to drown in. Yeah, I don't suppose she's anywhere. I think she just wandered off. Yeah, she gone. What are you guys doing here? I can't even talk to you. Alright. Oh, well, I guess I'll talk to Alpha now. I know, I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Ahem! Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the fragrant chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. Are they like, the three of us? Who's the third? Because, like, how are we supposed to... I mean, I just ran over and talked to Estinian. But, like, how did Alpha know Estinian was there? And just nod at each other. The stoic warrior of light nod. Estinian's got it too. We don't need words, we just need nods. Hey, there's no more seats left. Why are there no chairs for us?
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You need only tell me where they are, Your Grace. The Grand Companies, Your Grace? Is that wise? Yes. Let's question her authority.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Ooh, so many people to talk to. Okay, don't talk to Alice. Let's start over here and work our way around. Amidst this great push for peace with the beast tribes, we would do well to remember that old prejudices yet remain. It is a delicate political dance, and I do not envy the Sultana her task, nor any alliance leader. Estinian. If there's no reason to linger, I will take my leave. Wait, did Estinian actually join the Scions yet or not? Or does he do that in the next expansion? Alphino knows only too well that sacrifices are an unavoidable part of conflict. But knowing something does not change how one feels about it. You yourself have shared adventures with Arenvald, have you not? Then I shall say no more. With the secrets of the towers thus laid bare, our duty to prevent further abductions taketh on new import. Fail this, and our enemy shall punish our negligence with a plague of primals. That would suck. Even without the threat of tempering to contend with, the Grand Companies have quite a task on their hands. Regardless of Her Grace's protestations to the contrary, it may be best to dispatch a few of our own to assist in the endeavor. Remind me to mention it to Tataru, would you? Maybe. You're not part of our group. Though we have won our first battle against the Telophoroi and made significant discoveries to boot, the war has scarcely begun. We must steel ourselves for what lies ahead. Oh, cutscene. So many cutscenes. Everybody just chatting away. Right then. Unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. And that includes you, Alphino. Arnvold's in good hands here. Of course. He would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement then, I shall let Kryle know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. That sounds lovely. Can I have a hot bath with Thancred? Hello, Clay. How's it going? Video gaming, you see. What else would I be doing? It will be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Alice is like, oh, he's gonna think. Not video gaming. I do a lot of that these days. Yes, I'll try asking him. And thank you. I shall look forward to it. You're just surprised I'm not done the story yet, aren't you? I'm getting there. I'm near the end of the 5.5, I think. 5.5. And then I got 5.55, 5.25, 5. Yeah, it's 5.55. That's the second half of it, right? Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kryle in particular has a few matters she's keen to discuss, one of which concerns you, Estinian, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Sitting in a dark room with LED lights, 3 monitors, shades on, and hacking away. None of those things are true. I never sit in a dark room. I don't have any LED lights, although I do want some. My third monitor is dead, so in fact I only use 2 monitors these days. I guess I sometimes wear just like blue light blocking glasses, although they're really dirty right now, because I find reading things on a screen for a long time gives me a headache. I suppose the hacking away part might be true, but I've been kind of hitting a wall lately. I've been on the same host for like days. Fine. That's all he says. I mean, they seem to help. I mean, they look funny. I think I look weird with glasses on. Because I'm not a glasses wearer. How do they look on me? Oh my god, they're so dirty though. I don't know how to clean them because I don't wear glasses, so I don't have like glasses cleaner. And it's like not dirt that I can just like rub off with a cloth. They need some like solid cleaning for some reason. You think I'd look good in glasses? You seem skeptical despite the fact that I was just wearing glasses. Well, that's skeptical. You seem like it's a possibility that you don't know. Most things offer a built-in way of taking away blue light these days. Yeah, honestly, I only got them because I got them through work and they were free. I didn't pay money for them. They're from work and free. So, yes. Should I sit here in glasses? Does it make me look smart? I just think it looks weird. Sometimes I wear them and then I'll like go and like look at myself in a mirror and I'm like, oh, that's weird. That doesn't look like myself because I don't wear glasses. But yeah, I don't want to wear them. All I can see is how filthy they are. They just have like fingerprint smudges on them and I just like, they don't want to get clean. Clay, how was your cruise? Really? I thought you said you were avoiding that Baldessian woman. Wait, that's Kryle, right? Amazing. That's good to hear. Do you think Estinian sees a young himself in Alphino? I only say that because they have the same color hair. But other than that, they're probably not anything alike. If I refuse, she'd only pursue me. You'll need to tell me about it, but I imagine you don't want to talk about it right now. Clay. Did I watch the launch trail? Is it new? If it's new, then no. So I'm guessing no. I've been a slacker. I did hear, but had to be told because I was definitely not watching the live letter, about Final Fantasy being pushed back. Oh, speaking of, I forgot to move my vacation time today, but I'll do that tomorrow. I wanted to, my boss was off today, so he wouldn't be able to improve it until tomorrow anyways. So, how do you feel about the expansion delay, Clay? Let's get this over with, shall we? Hello, Fuzzy. Noob content is all I do, didn't you know? It works out great for you? How so? It works out pretty great for me too, honestly. I'm like, oh yes, thank God. What? That's some, I like this gear, but like, it totally just doesn't seem to fit in the game. You didn't want to, yeah. That's what I hear a lot. I thought that, like, I mean, I don't raid hardcore, but I definitely would be doing some raiding. But yeah, the thought of having raid. For some reason, this red circle I thought was marking where I needed to go. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Just the rising stones. All right. But yeah, I didn't like that. It didn't really affect me, but if it did affect me, I would have liked it. 3 weeks is just enough time for you to adjust your PTO. Nice. So you're able to still take the. I feel real bad for people who aren't able to adjust vacation time. I should be able to, but honestly, the thing that makes me nervous is it pushes my vacation time for Final Fantasy XIV up against my vacation time that I'd already booked off for Christmas.
I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time.
They get a relaxing from me? Yes. No, but like basically, with the exception of 4 days, although 2 of those are super long days, it's looking like I'm gonna be off from December 3rd until January 17th. Like, how ridiculous is that? That's so long. I have to work my long Tuesdays both months, which is always the second Tuesday of the month. And in both of those, I haven't booked the Monday off. So I would do Monday and Tuesday in December and Monday and Tuesday in January. But otherwise, between the 3rd and the 17th. The 3rd of December and the 17th of January. No work. So, yeah, it's a lot. I'm actually really glad because my dad has agreed finally and thankfully to go into long-term care. And so I'm trying to get his apartment cleared out by the end of November, and between my course going until the 12th and the expansion coming out on the 19th, I was like, oh, when am I going to have time to get this done? It was going to be really tight. So I actually was really happy it's pushed off till December because now I can just have the rest of the month to get that done. So I was actually really happy to hear that because that just gives me a little bit more time to spare. So which, speaking of that, so my plan as of this Friday coming up is my last day that I can work on my course. Well, yeah, it's the last day I have access to the lab to work on my course. So after that, I'm going to be free. More free, not totally free. So my plans though right now, I don't want to go back to my full schedule until the expansion, but I'm thinking I'm going to do my weekdays. So I'll bring back Thursday and Friday streams. I want to keep this weekends free because weekends are when I'm going to be probably working on cleaning out my dad's apartment. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It's not a very big place, but he's a little bit of a pack rat, so there's a lot of stuff in there. So I don't know how long that's going to take, but I want to leave my weekends free to do that. So, and I just know that if I spend all day cleaning his apartment and boxing stuff up, that I'm going to not want to come home and stream. So I'm going to just want to come home and vegetate. So that's my tentative plan. So this week I'll just do Monday stream. Then I'll be back next Monday, and then I'll be back on the Thursday and Friday. So it's probably it's almost 2 weeks still, like a good week and a half before I'll get back to some regular streaming. I was thinking today though that it's been so long since I played, other than like I've been going through the story, but other than the occasional dungeon, I don't really get to press my buttons. That I probably should do some primal farming and get myself back into like sort of raiding mindset a little bit. I mean, it's not quite the same, but just to practice that up a little bit before. Although, I mean, I'll have plenty of time. It's not a big deal, but I do think I want to do some primals. I got nothing else to do either. Anyways, welcome back. Oh, right, she said this. I don't have to read this out loud. Those are my plans.
Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that cutscene still.
'Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that.
Spoiler, they could. Or at least they'll try.
I trust we're all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay.
What other matter?
After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
It's been a while, hasn't it? Near the end of the Dragonsaw War, that day in the Crystarium? What day in the Crystarium? I don't know. Has it been that long? I just ... I don't know.
Is the question truly so vexing?
Yes. Yes.
Perhaps you fear I will chastise you for giving the wrong answer. Or was it so long ago that you simply can't remember?
Yeah, the last one.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
Mayhaps she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Ah, my ears itchy.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
He was just complaining about her, but he's going to. Oh, Alphinaud looks so sad. How can you say no to that face? You can't.
See the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is.
That's what you think.
You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo. You inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
He's a scion
Thank
now.
you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, people I don't like and don't care about. Oh, it's a lot of weapons. Was he trying to find a new one? He was, wasn't he? This is where he becomes a Reaper. That looks like a samurai sword again.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
Can you tell him no by chopping his head off? Great, thanks. Close. You missed.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
You know what? What's you know what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
Control a god. Zodiac? Heidelin? They're just primals. Bahamut? What are we talking about? I just did this last week. How do you remember these things better than me? I feel like I should know the answer. Do we know at this point that Reaper's coming?
There is one
Heidelin.
I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting.
You're just
Though
speculating.
I will
Okay.
say, it does seem rather apt.
Yeah, if they wanted us to know for sure, they would have just said it. What is the Reaper weapon? Oh, we didn't get to see it. Did we not know yet at this point? It's a scythe. That didn't look like he was picking up a scythe. Alright, who do we got? Oh, everybody. Alright, who... You know what, let's start with these guys. They moved since I last spoke to them. We sent Coultenay and the others to be our eyes and ears in the field. Wherever the Telophoroi appear next, we will be among the first to know, if you say so. Alice has been teaching me how to cure tempering using a porksy. I must say, the thought of being in such close proximity to one of the afflicted is rather daunting. I've been keeping me good eye on the towers and telling others to do the same. Of course, I don't mean just us scions. I've got a whole network of scouts that keep me informed. Well, aren't you, Mr. Fancy Pants? When the tower rose up in Yancha, my first thought was to stay in Doma to keep my grandfather safe. But when he heard the news of Bahamut's return, he bid me return to the Rising Stones to aid my fellow scions. He sends his regards, by the way. Hoary Boulder certainly cut a fine figure as he set off on his latest mission. I was sad to see him leave, and my nights will be lonelier with just one of the brothers to keep me company. Well, isn't she spicy? Although Arenvald and I both served as scions, I'm afraid that I've had few opportunities to speak with the lad. I do hope he is fit to return to active duty soon. What do we got? Don't speak to Tataru. Amidst all the fighting, it's easy to forget what we've achieved, isn't it? I mean, we cured Tiamat. Tiamat, for heaven's sake. You will tell me if I become insufferably smug, won't you? Because the way things are going, it feels like a definite possibility. At least she's aware. None can deny that Heidelin's blessing has been a great boon to our cause, but much remains unknown with regards to her true intentions. Given everything we learned from our encounters with the Ascians, we must keep our minds open to any and all possibilities. Apparently Ashol has put me to sleep. The sudden appearance of the towers will surely not have escaped the Forum's notice. I would like to think they would be receptive to Kryle's request for cooperation in investigating the matter, but unfortunately their reputation would suggest otherwise. Yeah. If I'm to pursue this course, I must be prepared for the hardships that lie ahead. Wait, what course are you pursuing? Hello, Estinian. If you have need of my... if I have need of his lance, I'll be ready. If not... Sorry. If not, I'll be reserving my strength in preparation of the next battle. Since you're here, I have a question. The Scions are in close contact with the East Aldenard Trading Company of Kugane, yes? I was wondering if they could place an order for some sun-dried squid. I don't seem to be able to find it in these parts. Really? What do you want? Really? You want some squid? Interesting. Is anybody in here? I don't think so. I think everybody's out here. It is thankfully empty. I wish we could move Ironvald here to repair. To get better. Though we know not the full extent of the Telophoroi's schemes, preventing further abductions must take precedence above all else, for therein lieth the key to depriving our enemy of its most potent weapon. Why am I yawning all of a sudden? Alright, wait, I don't think I talked to... no. It strikes me as odd that rather than marching on one of the city-states, the Telophoroi have so far only made sporadic attacks. I doubt they'd go to the trouble of putting up all those towers if that was all they had in store for us. Fair point. Well, it looks like I'm going to be having a busy few moons, not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm, which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, then you lot more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb, like poor Arenvald. I wish there was something we could do for him, but we'll just have to settle for saying an odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. It wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles, would it? Now, would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Okay, I was gonna say that is the end of the expansion, right? Or not the expansion, the patch. As of this moment, you are under strict orders to get as much rest as possible. After all, we need our lady fighting fit when the Telophoroi rear their ugly heads again. No one has anything new to say, right? None can deny, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, let's talk to Alice. The company we keep. Alice can tell you are itching to take the fight to the Telophoroi. Ah, Haley, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings of Kryle, I'm afraid we're still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Who do I think will die next expansion? Well, I'm really, really hoping it's gonna be Xenos, and that he stays dead this time. I don't really see a world where he doesn't die in this expansion, but that's what I'm really hoping for. I don't think that's what you meant, though. Who do I think is going to die? I could see Gaius. I think we might see an end to Gaius. Who else? I don't want to say it because I don't want to put it out in the world, but the first name the first name that popped into my head when you asked that was Estinian, actually, but I don't want to put that out into the universe. I don't really know why, but that was where my head went. Ouch. Yeah, I hope not too. I hope not. But I was like, we just brought him into the Scions. Maybe they just felt that they needed someone slightly more expendable, although I don't see him as expendable. But we don't know him as well as the other Scions. What do you mean? What were you responding to when you said it'll be someone more major than that for sure? Was that in response to Xenos? You think it'll be someone more major than Estinian? That's the thing, like, we're getting to the point where like, you think it'll be a key character? Why are you so sure that a key character is gonna die? By a key character, do you mean one of the Scions? Like, one of the, like, main Scions? Like, more main than Estinian? Yes? Why? Why do you think one of them has to die? Why? I don't want to lose any of them. I would be devastated to lose any of them. I really hope, and I know it's not going to happen anytime soon, I really hope before Final Fantasy XIV is done that we see Alice and Alphino grow up, like, in height. Because they've been hinting at a major loss for a while now, and then there's the obvious thing in the trailer, which is why I should watch. Also the end of an era, end of an arc. Yeah. I should watch. I should. Maybe I'll do that after stream. Remind me. Because I didn't realize that there was a new trailer. I didn't say hi, Funky, but I did say that you said he'll be our friend. Estinian, I believe that was in response to. But yeah. I think of all the characters who would be impactful, but like that we could be willing to, like that we can, is kind of expendable, would be Gaius. I think it would make sense for Gaius to die. I'd be happy if he didn't. I don't want to get rid of Gaius, but I definitely think he's sort of expendable. May not need the Scions anymore. He's way too expendable. I know, right? Are you saying he's too expendable to kill? Yeah, it wouldn't even matter. But you'd be sad still. And, like, they can make it matter, right? Like, they can make it matter. Like, they're really good at making us care about characters right before they kill them off. Like, Minbrita was like, whatever, and then literally the patch leading up to her death, it was like, oh, wow, Minbrita's real... Oh, okay, she's dead now. All right, then. She was great. We loved her. Briefly, but then she died. The twins' dad will die? Yeah, probably. I don't think we'd be sad about that. I feel like I just had a thought that it could be Kryl. But I feel like I wouldn't feel as bad about Kryl as some of the other Scions. The twins' mom. Oh, yeah, we did see her briefly, didn't we? Is that you like her, or that you think she's gonna die? A major Scion. We can't lose any of them. But, like, it just feels like they all have too much plot armor. Like, they've been through so much. So many things that should have killed them, like, a bajillion times. And yet they're still kicking around. The loss will hurt for sure. But yeah, I honestly think it's going to be someone and they're going to make us care about them. That's why my initial thought went to Estinian. I was like, they're going to bring him into the Scions. They're going to make us really like even closer to Estinian than we are now. And then they're going to kill him off and it's going to be real devastating. Now is the time to... Maybe they'll all die, Clay. How would you feel about that? Can we just kill off all the Scions? You said we don't need them anymore. There's no more plot armor after 6.0. I still think there is. Like, there's obviously going to be plot after 6.0. Like, there's going to be something new. We're going to wrap up this story, but there's going to be something new, and the Scions are going to be important for that, too. Like, if we're important to it, which we will be, or it wouldn't be the story, then the Scions will be, too, because they're too intertwined with us. People are speculating that when you make a new character, it'll start at 6.1. In what way? That sounds crazy to me. You think they're just gonna like burn the game down? Like they're gonna end the story and like then that will be no more and we start over fresh in 6.1? Doesn't make any sense. That's crazy talk. Explain this to me then. The story will still be there. You can go back. But how does it make sense that you make a new character who starts? It's too much to type. You want to come on Discord and tell me? share it with the class. Sure. All right. Let me hop on Discord. Hello. Say something. Let me make sure people can hear you.
Hello.
Good. Okay, we're good. I think you're on stream.
I hear you on your stream. I hear you on stream, but I don't hear you on Discord.
Oh yeah, I am broken on Discord. Hold on a second. Hold on.
I can hear myself on stream.
Yeah, you're good. I bet you now you can probably hear me in Discord.
Okay, bear with me. Now, I'm not too subscribed to this theory.
Okay. Where'd you come across this theory, first of all? Like, how widespread is this theory? Sophia?
I heard her from Sophia.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the black mage guy.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not too subscribed to it. However, it has some merit. The game is getting incredibly long. Now, everyone likes the fact that there's so much story, but still, like, they pretty much have to offer everything up through Heavensward free to, like, say, hey, here's a reason to get in the game, right? Like, it's all free up to this point, you may as well try it. And then by Heavensward, they're invested to keep going. But it's a lot. And after 6.0, it's going to be even more. It's like they can't keep... They can, but, like... So, what people are thinking is that, okay, they're completely done with this arc that started since even before Realm Reborn. They're going to structure the story in such a way to where you can make a new character and actually start post the Heidelin and Zodiac arc so that you don't have to slog through everything. Now, naturally, everything before will still be available to you, but they're going to structure the story in such a way so that everything is wrapped up in a nice little bow so they can do something completely different with the story, like an entirely new direction. And so it'll make sense for you to start a new character at 6.1. Now, that still seems a little bit like, I don't know if they'll do all that, right? I actually have my own personal theory about which major character is going to die.
Okay.
This one's far-fetched.
All right, let's hear.
Everyone laughs at me. I don't care. You know what I believe? Everyone's like, oh, which Scion's gonna die, right? The trailer has that little thing in there. You gotta watch the trailer.
Okay.
But like, everyone's like, oh, who's gonna die? You know what I think? We are dying by the end of 6.0. The Warrior of Light is dead by the end of the story.
How do you imagine that working then?
We die. It sends whatever happens, big thing, credits roll, whatever, sends us back to character creation screen. We all get free Fantasia opportunity, or we can just choose to keep the same appearance. and our character, and we respond in with a character that either looks like us or doesn't look like us, and it's up to our interpretation of the story on whether this is like a reincarnation, maybe another shard, or whether it's an entirely new character. But they kill us. And suddenly, now it actually kind of fits with that whole new players don't actually have to start at the beginning of ARR anymore. Now it kind of fits. I think we're dead. I think we're dead.
My only
Something's
problem
finally gonna
with
beat us.
that is how do we wrap up a story that kills us?
What do you mean?
Like if we come up to something that we can't beat, that kills the Warrior of Light, how does it get defeated?
No, we kill it and we pay the price, the ultimate price, right?
Okay, so we die defeating it.
Yeah, in the same way that like, people had to get sacrificed to summon Zodiark to save the world. Now there's just one main sacrifice that has to happen, the ultimate sacrifice. And like somehow we beat the big bad, we kill whatever Heidelin's heart, Zodiark's heart, whatever. Both Zodiark and Heidelin will be gone, and we'll have to have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We just can't continue on after, can't be healed. And it's crazy because something actually like takes us down, and it's the clash with the two most powerful beings in existence. It actually does us in, but we take them out with us, somehow.
Okay. You know what? I do like that idea. I don't think I would like the idea of. I don't think the game is going to like have that clean of a slate to restart with for 6.1. Like I know they've said they're gonna wrap up like the story arc and start something new, but like I don't think they're gonna like wrap up the Warrior of Light. Because that's us. That's our character.
There can always be a new Warrior of Light. There has been in the past.
There can be. But that would be super ambitious to like kill off people's like characters.
Yeah.
And I think that would upset people like a lot. It
would cause a huge stir.
Yeah.
Both good and bad.
I don't. It could be really cool. Like I like the idea of it, but I think it's a little out there, and I don't.
Crazy.
It would absolutely be crazy, and it would be pretty cool if they did something like that. But my thing is, if they're going to like start clean slate with a new story to the point that like they're literally killing our character off, I think they would just make a new game. And like I don't see any reason why it has to be Final Fantasy 14 still at that point.
Why not?
That's what makes me think that would not happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like how would you like I know you said like, oh well, we'll just have like sort of like it'll be up to people to like fill in their own story of how they become this new one. But I think it would be a struggle to start over with a new character who like is new, doesn't know any of the people, and for us as the players to have so much knowledge about the world and the characters, because a lot of storytelling is like the player in the case of a game, or the reader in a book, or like the watcher in like a movie, like the viewer. Part of storytelling is revealing it to the observer person through a character learning. I don't know how that would work.
We forget a key component of this game. This game has covered every like possible loophole. They have a lore reason for everything. The most powerful one being the echo. We could just see it in a flashback. Boom. Our character goes up to the grave of our old character. Boom. We got all of it.
Yeah, honestly I think it'd be cool to see, but yeah, I think it's a little too much. And I'm not laughing. You said people laugh at you. Like I don't want to laugh at you, but I just
everybody does. Everybody's like, no, you're ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that'd be crazy.
Would bet against you. You want to make a bet on that?
No, that's a fair bet again. Like because I do think it also would be too far.
Yeah.
But like I almost want them to go that far. It's like the end. It's like they either have to do something like that, or they have to kill a major scion. Like they can't keep hiding behind this plot armor stuff, because like at this point our character is getting a little too strong. It's like, we're about to go up against the gods of all gods. Like what is after this? I mean, like, I know there's other stuff out there, like there's other dimensional beings, and like Midgard Zomer came from another thing, and he's supposed to be super powerful.
You know
He
what
made like a pact with Hydaelyn,
You know what I
but like,
do
come
like
on.
about your idea? This is where I'm getting on board. You remember what I just said? Didn't just say, but I said before Final Fantasy 14 is over, I want to see Alisaie and Alphinaud grow up. Because if we become a new character, they could have a time jump, right? That it could be
When
like
they
a
get
few,
older.
yeah, that it
Yeah,
could be a few years in the future when Alisaie and Alphinaud are like adults.
yeah,
I'm on
absolutely.
board, Clay. I want
And it
this to
would.
happen.
I just think that like it would like everything would fit. Like it would be a huge, crazy impact, but also we could have a time jump so we can differentiate the story enough to go in a different direction. And we have a place for new players to start. Like,
Hey,
because
Ari.
like I still think it's crazy that new players have to start at
Yeah,
like
I
AR.
do
It's
like
crazy at
that
this point.
idea too, but I just like I just don't know what that means for the existing game. Like yes, you can go back.
Hmm.
Would you envision it that people would go back just through like New Game Plus?
Um, I'm not sure how they should do it, if I'm being
Would you
honest. I'm
have
not
an
entirely sure.
option to start at level 1 or level 90?
I feel like you should just be able to alternate between both. Like similar to how you can currently
With
with New
like New
Game
Game
Plus.
Plus, yeah. Because when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, like that would work with New Game Plus. But what would be what would, other than going through the story, I feel like there would have to be some sort of benefit to doing
Well,
ARR
yeah, they would
through
have to like.
Endwalker.
So currently, New Game Plus, you're not getting like any rewards or EXP or anything. So they would have to like
Yeah.
tweak. There'd have to be like some sort of different system that they use for
Yeah,
it.
I think because like there are people I would absolutely do it for the story, but like most people wouldn't, and
Hmm.
I feel like people should do it, and I think that they need to give people an incentive to do it if they would do something like that. Winter.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's Winter saying? We moved clinic. Really sad because you hate your job now. Why do you hate? Because do you hate it just because you moved clinics, or is it just other stuff? Frustration, stress. Oh, I wish I could give you a big hug, Winter. You have vacation time coming up soon where you can just like chill and not work, and then your upcoming migraine for Endwalker. You got that to look forward to. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that, Winter. I wish things were going better. Your scheduled migraine, yes. uh, it may expand into Monday. Fair
Winter,
enough.
did you hear my story or my theory?
I think Winter was here for most of it.
I hope you heard it.
Yeah,
That's like the
honestly,
one thing I think would be so crazy, but also cool if they
yeah,
did.
I think it's a little too ambitious. I would be real impressed if they pulled it off. But it would be kind of like, because I mean, they have in theory done basically that when we went from 1.0 to 2.0. So we've
Hmm.
had like a jump and a clean slate in this game. Now there was a very good reason for it, and we don't have that good reason. But I do like when you brought up with Sophia saying that like there's just too much. Like yes, I agree that that would be an interesting solution
Yeah,
to
that's
that
why he thinks
problem.
it. Like
Yeah.
he didn't mention the War of Light dying. He just thinks that they're gonna structure it in a way so that you can start after 6.0 because
Yeah.
there's a lot.
That would make sense, especially since they because it is kind of weird that they're like we're gonna wrap this story up like cleanly
Hmm.
at the end of 6.0.
Yeah, I mean it's
Because
like part of why he's
normally
saying
you would
delaying it.
yeah you would want to wrap something up but like start something before it ends so they kind of like merge
Hmm.
together. But yeah, having a clean ending does give them room to have a fresh start where people don't need to do the entirety of the story. But yeah, I am curious what they would do for storytelling. But as you said, yes, there are ways to get around that.
Yeah, they always come up with some kind of
But
lore
it,
reason.
like, yeah,
I don't know.
the thing that would be weird though is because there'd be some people like us who played through it all who have all this knowledge, but then there'd be new people who didn't. Like, how do you balance those things out? I
I
mean, I
don't
guess
know. Just write in the story
they've
essentially.
done a little bit of that with like 1.0 because people who played 1.0, if
Hmm.
their characters do get different like dialogue options for certain things. Um, all right, what gotta catch up with Winter. You moved and merged with another out of hours, but the deal seems to be more beneficial for them. You were told by a receptionist you best get on reception in the middle of doing something. Oh, like she told you had to take over reception when you were doing something else, and you don't even know who she was? Oh, that's sketchy. That sucks. Well, I hope things get better. Or like, are you merged with them permanently, or is this is just a temporary thing, right? While you're waiting for a new space, isn't it? Is that yes is to it's temporary, but you don't know how long it's going to be, right? I think it was that you're just waiting on new space. So hopefully things will get better again. Otherwise, you can always look for a new job, Winter. Maybe you'll find something you like better. You went for waiting for a purpose-built clinic where we had input to how our current area would be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think Winter was telling me the other day that they were building a new clinic, but it was taking too long. And now you're crammed into an existing one and getting more clinics to cover. Ugh. Oof. That's rough. Oh, it's permanent? Oh no. Oh, they've gone back to allowing people because of COVID, right? I assume that was a COVID thing. Because I think my vet, like one person is allowed to go in, but I haven't taken Arthur since that's happened. All. Oh, like did you learn that today you were staying there permanently? As well as that people are allowed in? Or was that something you knew already? No, that people were allowed in. Okay, okay. You already knew about the permanent thing? Clay, while you're on Discord, you should tell us about your cruise.
Oh, the cruise is great. I mean, it was so good. I'm already thinking about when am I gonna do my next one.
Nice. I've never been on a cruise. I mean, I'm sure it would be fun, but yeah, I don't know that I'd feel the same way after having been on a cruise, but maybe I'd surprise myself.
Easily the best vacation I've ever been on.
What's so great about it?
Something else. I mean, there's just so much. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, just like the crew or the staff, the crew there is truly like exceptional. I mean, my God, they were just amazing. Like there were so many of them, and they're just all of them were so amazing, and they make you you can tell that they like treat each other and they really feel like each other's family, and that trickles down to like the guests and the way they treat the guests and stuff like that. They really like I feel like I made some genuine friends on that cruise.
Were they
just
hot,
with
Clay?
the staff.
Did you meet a hot
Yeah.
staff member?
Yeah, one of them was pretty, I'd say pretty hot, but
yeah.
I feel like I actually just made genuine friends with them. I mean, like I don't know. They're really cool, but the guests, all the people on the cruise, they're on vacation, so they're happy, so they're cool to talk to as well. And my God, I mean, the music was great. They had so many events and things going on. Like you can't do everything, so you got to pick and choose. And like you just choose whatever you feel like doing. But there's something for everybody, multiple things for everybody. There's just a lot. I wouldn't know where to begin. Not to mention that's just on the cruise.
Because then you
also
stop
the
places,
cruise
right?
stops.
Yeah. Where did
and
you
have
go?
shore excursions.
Where'd you go?
So we went to this place in Honduras. All along the Caribbean is where we sailed. This place in Honduras called Roatan, and we did some snorkeling. Went out on a catamaran boat and did some snorkeling, so we got to see the fishies in the water. The water is very scary, but
the water
overall,
was very
cool.
scary. Why was it scary?
The water is freaking scary. Like this, the sea, the ocean. It's a scary place. Like it's one of those things where like I could tell if I didn't have the gear on, like I just, that's it for me. In a heartbeat, I would be done. Like those waves are way too powerful to swim against without fins. Like some, so I had the like the feet flipper things. And like I just, it is freaking terrifying. That I feel like I absolutely required all the extra gear just to be able to manage out there. But it was really cool. There's a lot of life down there. Way more than you can see up top. There's a lot of life down there. It's crazy.
That just made me think
So
of like Subnautica, but like in real life.
yeah, no, I was thinking of Subnautica when I was doing that too,
Yeah.
actually. And
Have
I
you
was
played
like, wow, that
Subnautica
game.
yourself?
No,
Okay, I
no.
was just watching me, other people.
I was all I could think about is that game did not do justice how
Yeah.
scary the freaking
And it
water
was
is.
scary enough to me. I remember legit being like, I can't go there right now. I just am filled with dread. It just
Yeah.
makes me uncomfortable. I'd be like, nope. I didn't like it
I
at
mean, just the
nighttime in the
fact of
game.
going underwater. It's just like it's so risky. Like you can't breathe down there. The waves are
Yeah.
powerful. The current's powerful. It's like I don't know. So,
You gotta
but it was really
upgrade
cool.
your gear so you can stay underwater longer.
Yeah.
Get
Need to
better
upgrade
fins.
my human.
Maybe
My
bring some
human.
extra tanks.
I just need to be. Made me want to be a better swimmer.
Yeah.
Even though it's not. I don't know how much that would help in that condition, but still, it might make me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. How good of a swimmer are you, Clay? What kind of swimming experience do you have?
I don't swim.
No.
So. Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to tell you. You'd have to put me in the water today to determine and have someone who knows how to swim determine how
Well,
good a
I
swimmer I
know
am.
how
'Cause
to
I know so
swim.
little. I know so little that I just couldn't tell you.
Interesting.
But I'm pretty sure I can get in the water and like move. I'm pretty sure. I think. I don't know about floating. I can't float. Like a lot of people are naturally like buoyant. I'm just like negative buoyant.
Winter's offering to give you mouth to mouth if you need it.
Thank you, Winter. I genuinely am very appreciative of that.
Oh, Winter. Oh, he doesn't know
But
CPR though, so if your heart stops, you're out of luck. But if you just need some extra air, Winter's got your back. Oh, I missed you guys. This is fun. Even though I'm not getting the story done. That's fine. We're just hanging out. It's good
But
times.
yeah, that was cool in Roatan, and then we stopped in Belize, which is also beautiful. Like I've never seen a true jungle before. I was in a true jungle, and oh my god.
Cool. You make me
So
want
we
to go
went
on a
ziplining.
cruise. I
We
don't
went
think I could
ziplining
go
through there.
ziplining. I would be a big wimp. That sounds terrifying to me.
All I gotta say is like I never thought I would truly be swinging over the jungle.
Yep.
Oh my god, and swinging through the jungle.
Nice.
I'm telling you, it was the real. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was real. Like you could tell, this is like you can tell they did their part in like minimizing their impact to that environment so that everything can just grow. I mean, oh my god, it was just tall, huge, just like it was a jungle. Like Tarzan going through the jungle, like it was true, just like I don't know, it was crazy. Crazy swinging through that. So we did ziplining through that, and then we did cave tubing. So
what is
we
cave
also
tubing?
went. You know how? So we were like floating on. It wasn't really much of a river. But it was like made. It was kind of like a river, but it didn't flow very fast, and it wasn't deep at all. It was just like it was all made up of like natural stuff and like springs coming up and like the water raining. But yeah, you sit on those little like you've seen those little tubes where you can sit in
Like an inner
and float
tube?
along the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you put your butt in the middle and you just sit in there, float along the water. I like the lazy pool at like a I don't know, like a.
That's what I'm imagining. But like in a cave.
So we did that, but through the water, through a cave. So that was really cool too. Yeah, caves are definitely scary if you don't have a light.
I was gonna say, like, was that scary? Because I imagine caves would be scary. So was it dark? Did you have a light with you?
Yeah, so they did this section where they're like, well, we want to show you what it's like if, you know, let's say back in here in the ancient times, if you lost your torch.
Oh, so like you had a light, but at one point they turned it off. Oh, that's so scary.
It is pitch black.
How'd you feel?
Just like, I don't know. I just was like, wow, I don't know how they even like. I don't know. I'm sure it's happened to people.
Oh yeah,
gone through
for
there
sure.
and like their thing, you know, their torches went out.
Yeah.
It's like.
When's the Ari community meetup? Apparently, we need to go on a cruise. Yeah, let's go on a cruise, guys.
Oh my god, I'm so down for that. The cruise is so much fun. Like I'm explaining all this stuff off the boat, but I'm telling you, it is very easy to just live on the boat. They got everything you need, and it's all you can eat. Like the food, you don't have to pay for food on the boat. You
Yeah,
pay
it's
for
all
drinks.
inclusive.
Pay for
Oh, you
drinks.
paid for drinks.
You gotta pay.
Okay.
You gotta pay for
Yeah,
drinks.
yeah.
Like, come on, they gotta make
That's
money
just so
somehow.
you. I feel
They
like
gotta
that's
make money.
partly just so you don't like drink excessively.
Yeah,
Day
that and they also
53 of
want
the
to make money.
cruise, Arya's killed everyone with annoyance? What are you trying to say, Winter? I'm gonna annoy. Is 53 days the maximum that you guys can tolerate me?
Well, I
Oh.
will say that it wasn't too hard to get away from everybody. So like I went with my family, but I had no trouble just getting away from them if I wanted to be by myself because I needed to just recharge socially. Like that was easy to do. So there's a lot of places to go and spaces to be in on the boat.
Well, Clay is just saying if I need some space from you guys, Winter, I can just get away from you.
Yep, it wouldn't be hard at all.
Also, we wouldn't be on the cruise for 53 days because I'm sure that would be expensive.
Yeah, it was great. Also met some dolphins.
Met some
Went,
dolphins. I hear
yep,
dolphins are
swimming with the
assholes, though.
dolphins. Well, the dolphins I met weren't.
Yeah. They pretend to be
I don't
nice,
know.
but they're really just assholes.
I
Were
don't
they
know.
hot? Were they hot, Winter?
They're very pretty, very very pretty.
Did you get to
Hot
swim with
usually have
them?
a different kind of yes. Swam with
Nice.
them, got to do like the commands and stuff like that, and I rode on the dolphin. There were two
Clay
different
rode a
things where like
dolphin.
where one I could grab one fin and the other one and they like swim me.
Oh, okay.
The other one was like I had this like board and I would just put it in front of me and two dolphins came behind me to push on both of my feet to jet me through the water while I'm like holding on to this board. I'm just like
That's
it was
hilarious.
like
So it wasn't
crazy.
like that you were just like on the back of a dolphin? Or did that happen too?
I was on the stomach of a dolphin technically. So when I grabbed the fins and it swam that way,
Yeah.
it went upside down so I could grab
Oh,
the fins and it swam upside down. It swam
that's
me through the
cool.
water while holding onto its fins.
Okay.
And then yeah, they showed us like a bunch of different like the commands for the dolphins, so we got to do that. I learned how to like send them off to someone
Was this
and
in
like how
like
to like
a pool or was this out in the ocean?
it was like a section they had like their whole like this section off part of the like ocean setup.
Okay.
But it was like on the beach, right? So it went in there, but it was like they had like this whole thing where it's like kind of like sectioned off into like in like squares and
Cool.
stuff like that. And they had like a platform that we could walk on and to get in the water. Yeah. So yeah, really cool. Someone with
Cool.
the dolphins. They're super friendly, nice, happy looking creatures. They know how to do all kind of stuff, and they're clearly very intelligent. If they're assholes, like I don't know, the ones we met weren't. They like I find that hard to believe, or otherwise the trainers probably wouldn't love them so much. Because like you can
Yeah.
tell, like the trainers were like real friends with them. Like you know how you love a pet and you love like Arthas. Like you can tell that kind of relationship had developed with like the
Speaking of
trainers and the
Arthas, where
dolphins.
the heck is he? He doesn't
So.
love me right now.
Yeah, like that's off the boat. Whole lot of fun, and we'd be here for days. We talked about things to do on the boat.
All
So.
right. Well, we can talk about that another day. But I'm surprised we got that much out of you, Clay. I was not expecting that. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It turned into the Clay show for a little bit.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Should I let you get back to the story?
If you have more to say, you're welcome to. But otherwise, I can get back to the story.
No, I mean my biggest thing. I mean, I think you should just watch the trailer on stream right now, personally.
I could do that.
It's not going to be anything like it's not
Yeah.
anything like super crazy. It's just another. It's like you know how they have a patch trailer.
Mm-hmm.
They do that for expansions and they call it launch trailer. So it's like that. It shows any game footage.
Alright. 2 days ago. I bet you it's this one. Alright. Let me get my, where's my... Is it this one?
Also, did you see PvP updates?
Oh, my green screen is terrible. Here, what if I move myself to, like, over here? Nope, that wasn't me.
I'll deafen so I can actually watch you, like, watch it on stream.
Okay. I'll put myself over here just so I don't fix my green screen. And I'm kind of tiny. Alright. Are we ready for this, guys? Oh, let me mute the actual game. There we go. Alright. Oh, I was like, who's that? But that's the Warrior of Light. I haven't seen this yet.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
Is that enough music for you, Clay? Got Amarat.
Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment.
Is that Emmett?
Step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Our tale wends towards the final days. Dungeon?
Maybe we don't belong here. But neither do they. Not
Aww.
out here in the wind and the cold.
That blue will be your guide.
Do we know who this is yet?
Of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Walk free and bear the light for others to follow.
Oh, that's Anima?
Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You've suffered enough.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
Those look like Sin Eaters.
Bereft of hope, and now dignity. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared.
I won't lose them. Not a one.
But are we truly so powerless that our only choice is to flee?
We've come too far to back down now. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star.
It's the moon.
There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
To have you at my side, it means more to me than you know. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do today. After all, tomorrow is never promised.
What were all the death flags? I didn't get that from it. Somebody explain it to me.
What didn't you get?
Everything. What seems to be like a death indicator?
Oh, that ending didn't seem like a death flag to you?
No, like in what way? Just that it showed like all of them.
Look, it's showing all the characters, and Alphina's saying, may as well say what we can today because tomorrow is not promised, as it shows all the scions. Like,
Yeah, I suppose. That was pretty cool though.
Now that's one where it's like an obvious death flag. They're like they want us to think like, oh, oh no, who's gonna die? But their real surprise is we're dying.
That's gonna be the
It's
Warrior
us.
Flight. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna see that coming. Even though I saw it, but it's like, hey, that's just me being.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know how I saw it.
You wanna put a bet on this, Clay? Because I'll bet against it, even though I'm kind of on board.
Here's the thing. I am not confident that they're actually gonna do it. I just think it'd be so good.
All right,
I'm
you're not prepared to put your money where your mouth is.
If you want to make a bet, I'll bet that a Scion is dying because that I am very.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna bet against that.
A core Scion member is gonna go away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet against that. You think there's gonna be? Wait, did you miss Clay's theory? Does Clay need to tell you his theory again? Were you not here for it, Ido? Let's confirm that Ido missed this, because he's saying there's gonna be some big massive reboot, which that was the start of it. But Clay's got Clay's got quite the theory. You might have. You were doing your mom's birthday party on Zoom. All right. Well, Cliff Notes, Clay.
Okay, Cliff Notes is I am on board with you. I don't think it's gonna necessarily be a reboot, but currently there is a lot of content and story to do between ARR and 6.x, right? As a new player, even though it's great that they have all that stuff to do. It's pretty daunting and a lot for people to overcome just to get the end game. So I'm thinking, hey, it's the end of they're wrapping up the arc. They're saying they're gonna wrap up everything with a nice bow, no loose ends by the end of the 6.0 story. And after that, something completely different. That would leave open the perfect door for them to set up the story in such a way so that we can actually, like, new players coming in can start fresh at 6.1. Like, that's just where the game begins for them. But it's like, okay, but how are they gonna do that? There's so much story. Well, surprise, surprise, the way they do it is they kill off our character by the end of 6.0. Oh. And then after that, however they want to, I think they're going to leave it open to where it's, they're going to give us the option to keep our same character with same appearance or change it. And it's going to be up to us, whether that's like us being reincarnated, our shard, or whatever. I just think that what's guaranteed is it's probably going to be a warrior of light with some powers, and they'll probably have the echo so that they can have memories of what came before. But yeah.
All right, Funky just gave me a wild thought. Oh, Ido agrees with Clay. I'm curious what Funky's thinking, but here's my crazy idea. We don't die. We combine with we like have the rejoining. The rejoining happens, and it kind of like resets back to the time when it was like what it would have happened if the end of days never happened in Amarat. And then
so you're thinking complete clean slate.
Yeah, and then we're like basically we like continue the story in Amarat as like unsundered. That's my wild theory.
That would be so that's like because then nothing of what we have currently would be there.
Yeah.
It'd be completely different, including the geography of the land even. So, I feel like maybe at some point they may try visiting something like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to see like I feel like isn't this what we're fighting against with the Asians? I totally want like the rejoining. Does that make me an Asian?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't think even if like the Ascian's goal was met and Zodiac was brought back, I don't think Zodiac can restore everything as it was.
No, I don't think it would be as it was. That's why it's pretty crazy for it to be. But like, I guess I'm sort of thinking of like time actually rolls back. Like we basically like rewrite history to where the end of days never happened in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we the baddies? No, just me. Just me.
we do know that there was like an adventuring person like us,
Yeah.
who's presumably was us, doing
Yep.
adventurous stuff before the end of days anyway. So there's
Yeah.
room for a narrative, but
Mhm. It was all a dream. Yeah, no, I think that's gonna be my wild theory. Like I took Clay's wild
yeah.
theory and just like went a bit more with that. Um, they've been showing us as an ancient, so we might see our final form. Yeah, or will this become it? Although that'd be weird because I was gonna say that our like the 14th, there was a name. But that was just a position, so we could still have our own name, right? Like, because
Mm,
a Zem is just the like
yeah.
position. It's not like the name, right? Because I was like,
hmm
well, how could we do that? Because they already have a name. Amnesia. We could do that. Yeah. No.
Oh, like we wake up at the end of 6.0 and it was actually just a dream the whole time. We're back in our bed.
Yeah. Yep. We forget about the science. See, that's where I find it would be a struggle. Because how do we forget about the science when we, as like the actual players behind, like our characters could, but I feel like it'd be hard to pull off when we, as like the players, have a lot of knowledge about science and that. Like they can't make us forget. Although,
I
what if
think
they
that's
did
fine
something
though.
crazy where like because they can't make us forget, so then they just make everything completely different, and it's like these are people that you never knew. Like they all have like completely different personalities and like look different, and like it is basically because that we forgot because it's all like completely
I
different than
think,
what you
like you said
remember.
before, the time jump I think makes the most
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, I really
Like
like the time
they could
jump.
just do another just do another time jump and then
Yeah,
boom,
another
it's
like
all good.
5 years into the future, I'd be down for that.
Yep. And the scions. I mean, I still think like after this, the scions aren't going to be needed anymore because we've set up the whole Eorzean. What is it? What is it calling it now? It's not even the Eorzean alliance. It's like I don't remember. But
I
you
don't know.
know,
It has a
like
name.
everything's allied, and even the beast tribes are in with us, and it's like
Right,
it's
but
probably
like
like
the science will find something to do. Like,
yes, but I just think like they won't like especially after like Highland and Zodiac are gone, which I'm sure they will be by the end of this. It's like
yeah.
maybe the scions won't really be needed. I mean, we'll know how to reverse tempering too. It's like, do we need the scions? Like, and so maybe after they kill us off, the scions will actually disperse, and there'll be a 5-10 year
Well,
jump.
I suppose they could,
Twins are
cause
older.
like in when they were all on the first together, they all went off and did their own thing. They weren't like they didn't make
hmm
their own like scion and all work together. Obviously, like they still talked to each other and saw each other, but they like basically all just like went and lived their own lives. So it'd
Yep.
be kind of like that.
Yeah. And they just do
Ido's
that for a couple
Hold
years, and
on a
then here we
second.
are,
What's Ido
reincarnated.
saying? Ido's dream reboot is that they use this to revisit all the ARR tech. Yeah, no. I think they can reboot the story, but I don't think they literally would have to make a new game. And that's why I was kind of hesitant to say that we're going to get that clean of a sweep because I feel like at that point they should just make a new game. If we're starting with a new character and all like an entirely different story and like a different like cast of characters, like at that point like why not just make a new game? Um,
I don't know, because this game's doing so well.
yeah,
No, they'll still use its
that's
lore. It'll
that's
just be updated more.
yeah.
Like,
It's just there's so much like story. I don't think that they can completely do away
well,
with
look at
it.
this, right? Like, you take out like Hydaelyn and Zodiark, you take out the threat of Garlemald and all that. It's like I think it was Ethos saying that like currently the Eorzean Alliance or whatever, the whole big alliance, they kind of have a common enemy, and that's allying them. But like you take away the common enemy, well, now maybe there's conflict
Yeah,
between Gridania and Limsolomensa. Like, like they could do all kinds of stuff, really. So
maybe the
they can
beast
add a new
tribes come
zone to
into more
Eorzea.
power and become like more like the city states, and the city states become like the beastmen tribes.
Well, potentially that could be a thing too with the new world because we know that
Yeah.
I think I don't what was that it was like the mammal jaw or whatever. We know that they're very prominent over in that land
Mhm.
that's like to the west.
The new world.
Yeah, where the
Yeah.
blue mage stuff comes from. So
Yeah.
it could be a thing there. They could have their own city state and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm just thinking because like on the first, the beast tribes were far more integrated with them. But like I don't know that we'd have integration just because there's so much like history of not. But I can see like a role reversal.
Well, that already got started too. If you remember, like they join us for like those meetings in Alamigo and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So like that's kind of like started.
Yeah.
So I could see them, being at least like welcomed into the city properly,
Mm-hmm.
because like
Yeah, I can
a good
see like
amount
a
of them still aren't even
mingling, but
allowed
I
in
think
the
it'd be more
city.
interesting to do like a flip. That like we try to bring them in and then they end up just like
Being the enemy.
getting powerful and then like lashing out, or maybe not even intentionally, but just like becoming more powerful than the humanoid races.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of room
There's
to
a
do a
lot
lot
they
of
can do.
crazy
I
stuff.
don't think it's gonna be that crazy. I think honestly what I think will happen is that the new like it'll start a new like story, but it's gonna be tied. But
We're still gonna be running around with Scions.
yeah, but then
Because
again,
like they would have true plot armor at
it
that point.
would
Like they gotta kill one of
be
the Scions.
yeah. No, I'm down for well, I'm not down for a Scion dying, but like yes, I agree that that's
One
likely.
has to die.
So who do you think it would be, Clay?
Okay. If it's not us, I was actually thinking Alphino. It's gonna be someone who, and once he dies, he will then be revered in the community as the best character they've ever made. After he dies,
Yeah.
specifically, then everybody will put him on a pedestal, and he'll be
I
the best
know,
character
me
because
me
everyone
neither,
will see all of
Funky.
his development, and they'll see all of the things that he did and what he stood for, and his
Yeah.
hopes, his dreams will all live on, and he'll just be like revered. And I think it'll be an impactful death.
Thancred's your bet? I don't want to say goodbye to Thancred either.
It's not gonna be Y'shtola.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I honestly like Y'shtola should die, but she won't.
She should, but she's not dying. Not her.
Yeah.
Maybe Urianger, but like not Y'shtola.
I don't think Urianger's death would have enough of an impact because I feel like he's sort of we're not close to Urianger.
No, not really. Same with like they could kill Graha, but at this point it's like I mean,
All
he was
right,
already
I'll
supposed to die
bye,
anyways.
Ari.
Like
Enjoy your food. Later. Thanks for stopping
there's
by.
a lot of characters that wouldn't have much of an impact, and like there isn't too many options
Yeah.
actually. It's like what are they gonna do? Tataru?
I just don't see them
That
killing
that
off
would be
Alphino
impactful,
because
but
he's been like the main scion for a while.
yep. Which makes it all that I just think they gotta do
Yeah.
something that's like really like boom, it really hits us. Like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. But I just yeah. I think Y'shtola would make sense, but I don't think that they would kill her.
Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna survive past all
Yeah.
this.
But like her whole like being blind and using ether. Also that she just like flings herself in danger like constantly. Like she like she should have been dead at the end of ARR. She should have been dead in the middle of Shadowbringers. Like she should be
Even
dead.
Stormblood. Remember when Xeno slashed her?
Oh
He's like,
yeah. We thought she was
they
gonna die
keep
then
throwing
too.
her. They
Yeah.
keep throwing her in these like, oh no, is she gonna die? It's like, why'd they keep using her?
Maybe
of
they
all
will
people?
kill her just because like we're gonna be like, oh, of course she's still alive. Like there's no way she's actually dead. Because I don't think you were watching, but when I did that part of the story over again on Haley, I was like, what was my reaction to this when I saw it the first time? And I actually dug up my VOD from when I went through it the first time to see what my reaction was. And I was like, there's no way she's dead. Like I wasn't even upset about it because I was like, there's no way she's dead. She's not dead. And of course she wasn't. But that was my feelings like when I played through it the first time. So yeah, I just don't think I don't think they're gonna kill Y'shtola. But I mean, I feel like that would be a surprise. That would be shocking because they do something and be like, oh, she's not dead. There's no way she's dead. And they're like, oh, surprise, she is dead. And be like, oh.
The more I think about it, the more on board I actually am with the time jump. I actually think I would like to see that if they're gonna take it in a different direction.
I would very much
Because
like
then
to see
Rain
a
will be
time
older
jump.
too.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, we don't need a time jump for that because time runs differently in the first, right?
Yes and no. They left
So-
it open enough to where they can do anything with it. Because
They
what they
can.
said
I'm
is
just
that,
saying
like,
we don't need a significant time jump for Reen to grow up.
Oh yeah, yeah. They could just
My
speed up time in
yeah
the first
yeah
again if they want. So
yeah. That was all I'm saying. Like they might not. Yes, if we do a time jump, she'll definitely grow up too. But I'm just saying she could grow up even without a time jump.
watch us get back after 6.0, and it's been like another 100 years. Like, oh no, we just want to go visit Rain, but
Yeah, everybody's dead.
But hey, what we did in the empty worked.
I think a 5-year jump, like they like basically between 1.0 and 2.0, would be would be reasonable.
Yeah.
It would give enough time for like new conflicts to develop and new issues to come up and peace to be over and for everyone to grow up and like go off and do their own things and for stuff to happen. Yeah. I'm down for I like the idea of a time jump is I think
Yeah, I do too.
would be the nicest one. And then yeah, I would be down for the whole like yeah, you can just start at the new story. Um much
I think
like
they
you
kind
can
of need
start
that.
in yeah, I agree that they do. So yeah, I think that would it would be weird, but yeah, I think they can pull it off, and I think the way the story this game is designed being so story heavy that yeah, we need it. But I want to see them do something with like New Game Plus that makes it more like worthwhile to do because you have to get it pretty because it is a huge time commitment. Like I was just thinking about it. So this is day 20 for me of going through Shadowbringers, and I had spent basically 3 hours a day on it. So
Yeah.
that's been like 60 hours for me to get just through Shadowbringers. Like that's a big time commitment. And like this is me just playing through the story. Like I'm not doing any side content or anything. I only run dungeons like once. I haven't done like any raids or any of the side story stuff. It's literally just been MSQ, and I'm 60
Yeah.
hours in.
It's like, yeah, that's probably about the time I put into the story too, because I usually go through it pretty slowly. But
Yep.
I just dump it all into one,
Yeah.
as few sittings as possible. But you know.
Yeah. But I mean, you usually get spoon fed the patches at a much slower pace. Because for me, it's just been like one big long playthrough. Although I only do it once a week.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about the expansion because I've been playing so little lately and streaming so little. I'm like, can I go from nothing to 12-hour day? I don't know.
Oh. I think yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
For a second, I thought you meant like skill-wise, like if you still remember how to play the game. I'm like, you'll be fine.
I know. I was
Nothing to
thinking about
forget.
that. Like, I'm like, I haven't actually played, but on the other hand, like,
You don't have to know how to play.
I'm gonna have to relearn because everything it changes enough, in that you kind of have to relearn it a little bit, anyways. So, and I mean, I'll have enough time. I'll get plenty of practice playing again before I have to raid. So. But yeah, this is the longest that I've like, well, I've never like not played. But I mean, I haven't stopped because I still play Haley every week, but like other than that, I've just not played. It's been a while. Whew. But yeah, I think it was a good time for me to take a break, and it coincided nicely with my course, so I had something to do. Oh, I can turn the game music back on now. I want to do some dragon farming when I get back, or relics, something. I need to do for farming. But yeah, I think winter wasn't here. So my plan, this is the last week I can work on my course. Sorry, excuse me. But I have to clean out my dad's apartment this month because he's moving into long-term care. So I want to leave my weekends open to do that. So I'm not going to start doing weekend streams for November. But I am going to go back to doing my weekday streams, but I'll still do Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. So I'll just do Monday, Thursdays, and Fridays. But that'll add 2 more days into streaming than what I've been doing now. And that'll help me kind of like ease back into it before the expansion. And then when the expansion comes, I've taken the time off. Well, I haven't moved my vacation time yet, but I need to. And then cross data center we can farm. When is that coming? It's coming after 6.0, right? But yeah. And then once the expansion comes, I'm gonna do my usual play all day. Although the first day, so usually I do like 12 hours, take a dinner break, and then come back in the evening for my no spoiler stream. But the first day, I think I'm not going to do an evening stream because it's my dad's birthday. So I feel like I should probably go and see him. So I think I'll just do my 12-hour stream on the 3rd and then take the whole evening off. And then I'll do my regular streams as well as my additional expansion streams the rest of the time. I'm what? I don't know. Did I say something, Winter?
Have you looked at any of the white mage changes?
Only very briefly. Like I know we're getting Holy 3, right?
Holy 3.
Yeah.
Just more potency?
Yeah.
Updated animation.
And what was it? Oh, and that we're getting that thin air is gonna be on that we now get stacks of it. It only lasts for what, two casts, or is it one cast? It's one cast, but you get 2 charges, I think. That's how it works. I think that's all I know. And I know
Glare too.
nothing. What? Oh, yeah. Well, that's just sort of an obvious thing, right? That's just a given.
Well, hey, your casts are gonna be shorter, so enjoy that. You get to play
Oh
like
yeah. I do remember that. No, I'm excited about that. That'll be cool. Yeah, and I'll just be a white mage for life still, because I've never not been a white mage.
How is there no like second charge of misery? How is that not a thing? Second restack.
Oh, and then there's some weird ability that I didn't fully understand how it works, but I remember absolutely nothing about it.
Like put it on the ground. It's like a water healing well kind of thing.
I don't even know.
It's like a heart thing.
I don't even know. You're gonna be a sage, but first scholar. So you're gonna level scholar first. Lilybell? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'm just excited for Holy 3. Well, I'm sad it's just a potency increase, but it makes sense. You're staying scholar. I mean, I might change, but I feel like the only thing I would switch to is sage, and Winter's already called sage, so I gotta be white mage.
Why not Astro?
Because if I was gonna switch to Astro, I could have switched to Astro like 3 expansions ago. Like, why now?
Because it's updated. It's got new stuff, and it's your co-healer at this point. It's like your secondary, like, it's the other region healer.
Meh. No, white mage for life. You're gonna troll your raid group with sprint. Oh yeah, Scholar got a sprint, didn't they? I remember that. People were like, what the F? Oh yeah, you could definitely troll people with that. Wait, can you use it in battle? Probably, I guess. That's weird.
Yeah, you use it in battle. It's like Lost Impetus or whatever. If anyone's put that one on you. Where they put Swift on the whole party.
I always hated when I was dodging something and suddenly I almost like ran straight into a wall.
Not as fast as that though. I'm pretty sure that's like.
Yeah, it won't be that fast. But I was always like, damn it, who's giving me? I wasn't prepared for this. I can get myself out of minus the sprint. What do you mean minus the sprint? Clay, you don't know what you're gonna play, right? You're gonna see how they play and what you need. Is that?
Yes. Yeah, I'm still debating on whether or not I start off by just going hard leveling Reaper.
Yeah.
Or
I
not.
kind of honestly, when I do my evening streams that are no spoiler, I'm kind of thinking of leveling Reaper first.
Why Reaper?
I don't know. I'm just kind of interested in how it plays. I mean, I'm not gonna become a Reaper, but I kind of am interested in like leveling it.
Yeah. Yeah,
and because Winter will be leveling Sage. But yeah, we can level Sage, and well, you'll probably. I guess you're gonna be doing the MSQ on Scholar, so yeah, you can do Sage with me in the evening. You won't get that far ahead of me. You'll do MSQ's Black Mage, Roulette's as White Mage, and then worry about the rest later. Yeah, MSQ on Scholar. Maybe things will happen like happened at the beginning of Stormblood, because I feel like I did like half of the MSQ for Stormblood on Astro. Honestly,
There's too much
I
blue in the voice right now.
I enjoyed what happened with Stormblood. Like, I thought it was fun. Like, that first day, everybody was like so mad because they couldn't do the story, but I liked it because everybody got to hang out together. It was just like a fun social time. Whereas normally everyone just goes and gets into the MSQ and like it's fun doing the MSQ, but there's like less of a social thing. Whereas the first day of Stormblood was just like hanging out with people, and I thought I really enjoyed that.
I mean, yeah, that was cool, but please no. Just please let everything work. I wanted to finish the story. I enjoyed hanging out, but I want to. I don't want to be barred from finishing the story this time.
I don't know. I just like that because that's sort of the reason why I've always, because I used to, once upon a time I was of the idea like, why would you take time off for expansions, because they always are kind of a shit show. But then I kind of came to the I kind of like being part of the shit show. If there's gonna be a shit show, I want to experience it. I want to have been there for it. So hopefully it will go smoothly. I mean, Shadowbringers was a super smooth launch, but I'm a little nervous about how many people are playing the game now. How well the servers will handle it. So we shall
Yeah,
see.
it's understandable that everybody's nervous, but I kind of have some faith in them.
Yeah, I mean, they've known it's been coming, cause like,
They'll figure out something.
yeah, cause I
like
think
they're just not gonna be blinded by
Stormblood caught them off guard with how many people were playing. I don't think they're gonna be caught off guard, but I think unfortunately they're not able to do everything that they would want to do to prepare for it. But they definitely have time to prepare to do the most with what they have. So it should be okay. I'm optimistic. But as I say, I wouldn't be upset if things are a bit of a shit show, because it just gives good stories to share.
I mean, yeah, I would have something to do as long as we can stay connected to the game.
Yeah,
like,
that's the only thing. If the servers like go down, period, and we like can't even log in, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah,
but in Stormblood, there was just, you couldn't do the MSQ, and you couldn't do like dungeons, right? So everyone just did PvP, because it was the only thing that worked.
Do we know if the new PvP is starting at 6.0?
You mean the new? Oh, like, are there PvP changes?
Yeah, you know about that? It's like a whole new subsystem.
I was gonna say they would have to, but because PvP is completely separate, it doesn't technically need to.
I think it is actually starting at 6.0, which is good. But yeah, it's like a whole new system. It actually sounds like kind of cool. I don't know the specifics in terms of how the combat will actually play out, but the system that they have and the reward structure actually sounds cool.
Because I don't remember hearing anything about this.
It's like it's so they have like, it's a new mode. However, this mode has new maps, 4 new maps that come with it, and they're actually cool maps. Like, they aesthetically look very different, and they have like interactables that like make them kind of distinct from each other. But the game mode itself is just kind of like, I don't know if you'll know about this, but it's like standard, like, you know, push the payload kind of thing.
Push the payload?
So you probably don't.
I don't know what that is.
Let me try to describe it. It's like basically, let's say there's like let's say there's like a VIP target that you have to escort, but anytime the enemy team is like near the target will stop, and you can't make the target go forward until you clear out all the enemies.
Okay.
So this target will start in the middle, and both teams will meet, and whoever team has more people around the target will walk in the direction of your team. So basically you want to get the target to walk to your goal, and the way that you get the target to go to your goal is by having more of your people around it.
Yeah, I think there was a mode like that in WoW. That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, probably. It's common in other games. I didn't watch the live letter, so I didn't actually hear the explanation on it. I just kind of looked at it, and that's what it looked like to me. So I don't know if there's slightly different specifics, but it's just like you basically just, you know, you go there around the objective, and you try to push the enemy team back to escort your thing further.
So is this just going to be a new mode, or are they scrapping like the existing ones?
As far as I know, the existing ones will still be there.
Okay.
Except for Feast. Feast is going away. entirely.
Well, if Feast is
But,
going away, then are they getting rid of the seasons? Because I feel like Feast was the only
yes,
thing seasons mattered for, right?
yeah, they're getting rid of the seasons, but they're implementing something new instead.
Someone
gonna
else
be,
needs to say Feast going bye-bye.
What?
You're not reading chat.
Oh. But yeah, it's basically structured like other PvP games. I don't have it in front of me to be able to explain exactly, but it sounded cool. It sounded a lot more cool, a lot more fun, and the reward structure and like the progression of like your character and player sounded better, and yeah, it just sounded like there's more incentive to play. Like, have you seen in other games where you kind of have like this like calling card kind of thing, or like name card where you can like customize it and make it all fancy? I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't know what you're talking about, no.
Yeah, it's fine. If you played a lot of PvP, you'd kind of recognize a lot of the things that they're doing, but I think it'll be new to you. But I think you'll probably, I mean, either way, you'd enjoy it because you just play the content.
Yeah.
I
I
think a
haven't
lot of
done
people will
PvP
enjoy
in a
it.
long time. Should do more of that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out the new stuff. So I don't know when that'll happen.
Well, Winter was saying 6.1 for the new PvP mode.
Oh, it is 6.1. That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, it gives you time to do all the stuff that you got to do. And the new stuff. Although
so
I
that
guess
gives me-
yeah, you get through raiding pretty quickly though. So then you have more.
Yeah,
time
no
for other
guarantees that I
things.
do it. Usually after raiding, I kind of
Take a break.
I don't know if I want to say burnt out, but kind
Yeah.
of behave in a similar way to being burnt out on the game.
Yeah.
Usually that happens after product tier. I
Yeah.
just spend so much time.
Yep, that's fair.
So I probably wouldn't pick it up until sometime after, like a month or so.
Me and Winter's still gonna be raid buddies.
Nice. Still a healer duo.
Yep. I assume so, anyways.
I feel like if you wanted to go Sage, like Winter would be happy to just like play like White Mage or Astra too.
I know, but he called Sage first, and I don't know that I'd want to play Sage. Best healer duo in all the land. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself wanting to play anything other than White Mage. Like, I'll try it out, but I don't envision that I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I love Sage. I want to be Sage forever. Arthas, can you stop putting your tail in front of the camera?
It definitely would be playing Shield would be a different playstyle for you for sure.
Oh,
Arthas.
Arthas.
You'd have to do shielding before the damage comes out.
I know, and I'm not good at that because my memory. I'm a reactive player. And I know that even as a regen player, I'm supposed to be less reactive, but you can be reactive, and I like being able to clean shit up when it hits the fan and not being like, well, I wish I did something earlier to prevent that.
Wish I did something earlier.
Yeah.
Probably should have.
I know, but like hindsight, I like having things that I can do in the moment to be like, well, things are going poorly, but like, because with White Mage, just like when things go badly, it's like, okay, well, I stop DPSing and like spam some heals for a little bit. But I like that there is a lot that you can do, even if you've sort of dropped the ball on being prepared for things. You'll be doing less raises since you'll be having to DPS for healing. Ah, yes, fair. I can take over heals or raises. I can be primary raiser. That's
Well, hey,
fine.
it won't cost you MP now.
Yeah, I mean it didn't before because that was the only thing I ever used thin air for anyway. That's why I don't really care about the change because I'm like, oh well, I only ever used thin air for raises anyways, and now I can do 2 of them, so I'm happy with this. You say that. I know. I don't believe that you'll actually not raise people. Yeah. It is a reflex that's tough to get rid of. Because I think we talked about me doing more raises before, and then you always just like raise. So I was like, alright, well, whatever. If Winter's gonna raise anyways, I'll just leave it to him. So when someone was dead, I was always just like, hey Winter, do you need me to get them up? If he didn't raise them right away.
There's lots of good to look forward to coming up.
White Mage was more it's true. White Mage is like super beastly. I hope it's still good. I'm sure it
Probably
will
won't
be.
be.
I mean, it won't be as like.
It probably won't be compared to Astro.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised, but we'll see.
Yeah. But White Mage has to be better than Astro, because otherwise why would you ever take White Mage over an Astro? Like, it has to have more damage. Even if, like, comparatively it doesn't. But, like, numerically per spell it has to.
Yeah. It'll probably, like, its spells will hit harder, but
Yeah.
it's like Astro provides more.
Yeah.
To the party.
Yep. I've got a cat here now. Well, I need to take a little quick break.
Alright,
and then
I'm probably gonna hop off because I gotta leave in like 30 minutes. Anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should probably get back to work on the story. I would be nervous because I was running out of time, but now I have like 2 extra weeks, so I'll definitely get this finished. But yeah, it was good talking to you, Clay. Thanks for hopping on and sharing your wild theories and getting me going on my wild theories.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
I think it'll be crazy if it comes true. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Here's what I'll tell you, Clay. If it comes true, I will give you 1,000,000 gil. And you don't have to give me anything if it doesn't come true.
Alright.
Yeah.
I appreciate that just because it's so wild and it's so unlikely that I'm not willing to actually bet on it. But if it happens,
if it does, I'm still looking forward to figuring out like our pending bet for Endwalker. Who wins?
Which one did we pin it?
It is pinned. Yes.
What was it?
Let me go get the. Oh, why am I getting a phone call? Okay, that's not important. Yeah, let me go find. I'll get the exact wording. For 1,000,000. Clay, if the Warrior of Light is not tempered by Hydaelyn, you get 1,000,000, and I get 1,000,000 if the Warrior of Light is tempered by Hydaelyn. And then, okay, so yeah, and then you further clarified, if the Warrior of Light is tempered by Hydaelyn, Ari gets 1,000,000 gil from Clay. Otherwise, Ari gives Clay 1,000,000 gil. Bonus! So I have a question, though, about our bonus. Because my bonus is if we untemper ourselves using the current means Porksy, you give me 5,000,000. But we never said that if that doesn't happen, I assume I give you 500 or 0.5 mil. But we never actually said that. And so I'm cool if it's just a bonus.
Alright. 0.5 mil. It's just a bonus. Okay. It's fine. It's just
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah. I think it'd be silly for tempered, but we'll see.
I think it's insane to think that we're not tempered.
It's just too simple, too silly, especially if we get untempered by a Porksy. It's like really, it's mostly because I just don't want that to happen. I just think that's like,
why did I pin you saying that White Mage Benison is staying exactly the same but getting a slightly updated animation? Was that
I think I pinned that
guess you were making?
I think I guessed that before we knew.
Yeah.
This was like before we knew, and I was like, oh yeah, Benison staying exactly the same.
Quick question, not Final Fantasy relating. I'm assuming you're not caught up on Survivor.
No.
Are you?
I might be like 2 episodes behind.
Yeah,
at this point.
Yeah, you are. Please watch so we can discuss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before it gets too far, because I'm curious your thoughts on some of the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. All right.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah. Later, Clay.
Later.
Alright, let me also get out of here. And then I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break, and then I'm going to come back and more story. Although if you guys want to talk about crazy theories, I'm also down for that. Alright, be right back.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Oh, I know who. By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?
Yes. In fact, yes.
And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light.
Well,
that was it.
That is...
But buggered off as quick as he came.
That is also true.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her, the warrior of darkness.
But there's already a warrior of darkness.
Hey? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I didn't even have to fight anything.
I had hoped to fight at your side today, but I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin-Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
You gonna propose to me, Alpha?
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal...
Hello, I'm back. I had a little bit more of a thought about my my rejoining theory, and I feel like it'd be kind of sad for us to have defeated Emmett and then like bring about what he was trying to do anyways. But I clicked ahead. But maybe. Alright, scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the Beast Tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Ulda's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiation with the Ixal, believe it or not. Oh. Okay, good, my audio is working. All of which is obviously very encouraging. But with the Telophoroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Oh, look at everybody. Oh, so much Estinian. I love it. Who's this dude? Resistance Herald. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of the recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telophoroi in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. Well, that's nice. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance would bring all the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke? An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhaps an expedient one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady, and for their part I'm told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. Are we our own Beast Tribe? To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither, and with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Why is it all happening in Alamigo? Is it like centrally located? It's like right next to Gridania too, though. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I bet it's going to be me and somebody else. I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you've worked to end the summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. And me. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Haley? Yes. All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But, by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Amric will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Ah, but Amric and Estinian in one place. So much greatness. Very well, then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with the holding of it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo. Shall we? Oh, well, all of us except for the elven men. Oh, and Tataru. Tataru never comes. Don't forget to bring me something nice from Alamigo. Maybe. Okay, everyone looks like they've not moved over there, so I just need to talk to Estinian. Hello there. Don't worry, I have no plans to return to roaming in your absence. I know you'd only chase me if I did. Damn straight. Hello there, Urianger. Almost called him Estinian. I shall take this opportunity to gain a better understanding of Sir Estinian. Being Elizan and of like age, 'tis possible we have interests in common. Somehow I don't think so. While they may both be Elizan males and of like age, pretty sure Urianger and Estinian could not be more different. Mayhaps I shall begin by lending him a favorite treatise or two from my No. I don't think Estinian's a big reader. So, somehow, I think no. Alright, let's just teleport to Alamigo. And this way. Oh god, too close. Wait, oops. Alright, who we got here to talk to? Nobody? Oh wait, they're all over here. Good thing I checked. Ha! I suppose I am! And what? And the fact that our cure for tempering made it possible only heightens my anticipation. Oh, he's responding to Alice. Honestly, the look on your face, eager to bear witness to another historic moment by any chance. Even with the swift intervention of the immortal flames, all too many lost their lives in Pelgathan. Still closer cooperation between our people will be required if we are to thwart the plans of the Telophoroi. Oh, there's too many people standing around. Like the city-states, every beast tribe has its factions, each with their own agenda, making peace a complex proposition. But if the Alliance can come to an understanding with their leaders, it will be for them to resolve internal politics. The Amalja cannot be the only tribe to have been targeted by the Telophoroi, and none of them will have taken kindly to having their people enslaved, nor their gods turned against them. I think that's everybody. I think everyone else here is a player character. Alright. We've been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Making an entrance. Whoa! It's packed in here like sardines. Why don't we have seats for the beastmen? How rude of us. My goodness. Why does Lise look so sad? Oh, Sylph. And the Nath? And the Sahagin? Oh, was she sad because she didn't think they'd showed up? Look at them all. How rude of us not give them seats, though.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
I feel like they didn't want to have to give much thought to what kind of seats they'd all need.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would.
Oh, right. Taken to the towers, right?
Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
Thanks, Emmerich.
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus.
I'm just noticing these little bits over here on the side kind of look like blue mage masks.
A little tricky without gills, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
I don't like listening to him talk. It's very wet. Moist.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
I'm interested because I was like, why did they only give voices to 3 of them? But it's the original 3 beast tribes, so that's kind of cool.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
Go tell Reen
We still
about
have
it.
a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal.
Are involved.
Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
Hey Nick, how's it going?
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Amric, aren't we more than just friends? I would call it the Grand Company of Eorzea. I would call it I mean, I don't want to call it that, but I guess that's what we're gonna call it. Oh yeah, that's what I think Clay was talking about. I forgot. I forget so many things. This is why I have to do the story again. I almost want to do it a third time. The Grand Company of Eorzea. How grand?
But that's the name I...
Oh.
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
Aww.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
You're back to wearing a wrist sprint for the first time in about a decade. Actually pretty good. Is your wrist feeling better? But like, I imagine it's not good if you're having to wear a wrist splint. Is that helping though? Oh, why'd so many people come with us? Alright, well, not speaking to Alphino just yet. It's a pity it took the threat of annihilation for everyone to cast their grievances aside, but better late than never, I suppose. Ever the optimist, I'll say. Forgive me for observing, but Elfino seems less than jubilant. Might his thoughts still be occupied by the fate of poor Arnvald? Yeah, probably. The Grand Company of Eorzea. I wonder what Ryle and the other former Crystal Braves will make of it. It's really helping you not lose sensation in your fingers, which was the scary part. Okay, that's helpful. Are you able to, like, do your work with a wrist brace, or are you gonna have to take some time off work? We have won over the leaders. Now the leaders must win over their own people. No small task, I grant you. But we've come a long way since first we joined with Minfilia to bring an end to summoning. A long, long way. Is that it? That's all we got? Let's save Alpha now. Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was heartened as anyone to see the people of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made, and the lives lost, inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. You've taken the week as medical leave, but you're feeling optimistic compared to last week. That's good. That sounds promising. Hopefully that'll get better. Especially in time for Endwalker. But in the meantime, I hope you get some good rest for it. Watching lots of TV. Any good TV shows you're watching, Nick? But at least now there's hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step. The first of many. Many and more. Is this Arnvald? Oh, no. Wait, what? He shows up at some point here, doesn't he? Elder Seedseer. How might we be of service? I seek Master Elfino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylph. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, and the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylph of the Ashcrown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations, not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes? Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylph are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the selfsame goal in mind, no less. Thanks, Thancred. Thanks, Cred. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Elfino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. That happened like so long ago in the story, but he's still the same age. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon the frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests. And I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Yeah, you think you can move your vacay? It might work out better for you anyways. Yeah, I meant to move mine today, but I forgot to. But my boss was off today, so he can't approve it till tomorrow anyways. Mayhaps I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little it's worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. For now, you'll settle for being able to type. I mean, I was going to say, can you type? But you're literally typing to me right now, so I'm going to guess that the answer is yes. Had a little bit of an Ari brain moment there. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt but that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telophoroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Oh my goodness, they're putting me to sleep again. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? Oh. As if you have to ask. I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes. Well, I shall be grateful of your help, grudging or not. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it'll be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhaps Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we will be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. It weirds me out because Graha is like, he seems so different from the Crystal Exarch, but like he's the same, but it's just because he's so much younger. And less like turning into crystal. I think it's mainly the turning into crystal part. I take it we will soon be paying the Sylph a visit. How fascinating it will be to speak to them in person. Though I gather conversation can prove rather challenging? Yeah, a little bit. It will not be easy to revisit the past, but sometimes one must look back to see the way forward. So what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Not long after the fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Why then can it answer what seems to be the most crucial question, namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us, while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company together, and that this knowledge might help us prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. Something like that. That is my hope, yes, but the question I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character. So keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I've a mind to begin by speaking with Ryle and Alianne. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Oriens. Let us seek them out there. Oh, alright. To Castrum Oriens. Oh, they're literally right here. I almost teleported. While such briefings are seldom exciting affairs, the importance in their coordinating our efforts with our allies cannot be overstated. In that regard, Alianne and Ryle have been most dependable. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here, Haley, but if you enjoy intelligence briefings, you've come to the right place. Can I talk to this dude? No. Alright, Ryle, let's see. They have, like, really similar boots. Well, look who it is, and what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? It ain't an easy thing to put into words, that... As Rael will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. Alright, hold on a sec. I'm gonna go sneeze. I'll be back in a sec. Hello? There we go. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away. But when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but to try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. And that was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time's gone on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that, things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's all about. I'm at a total loss of words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Haley, could you... give us your thoughts on the Crystal Braves. Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Let's just give her thoughts. I don't want to ask leading questions. Well, it's founded ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions, we might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise of a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussions and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Now what do you guys have to say? Speaking of former Crystal Braves, I've not seen Ergmus of late. Constantly away on missions he is. I wonder how he fares. Who? Who the fuck is Ergmus? Who is that? I have no idea. Have I ever seen that name before? After the company of heroes went their separate ways, I did try working on my own for a bit. And I'll admit it was nice being able to pick my own battles. But if you want to make a real difference, you need to find a good crew and stick with them. On official business, Alphino is keen to hear what Alice and Graha Tia have learned from the Braves who turned their backs on the cause. Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. Alright. To Gridania. Oh, is this where the thing is gonna happen? While we're in Gridania? You know, the thing? Alright. She was up by, I think, the Lancers Guild? Yup. Alphino, you beat me. On the way here, I took the opportunity to write up my note. He took the time to write his notes and he still beat me? What? To write up the notes for our conversation with Alianne and Ryle. All that remains is to add Alice and Graha's findings, whatever they may be. I hope they spoke to more than just 2 people. Who'd you talk to? When Alice sets her mind on something, there's no stopping her. And her mind was truly set on finding former Braves. For a while, I even feared what she might do to them. But in the event, she was admirably civil, for the most part. Alice, what did you do? Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. They tracked down a handful of them, and me and Alphino just went to speak to 2 of them that we knew exactly where they were? Man, this doesn't make any sense. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solus and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Leave me to attend to my report and join the others in Little Solus. I shan't keep you waiting long. I know how playful the sylph can be. Oh yeah, I can fly. It's the first time I've done this flight, I think. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I don't spend a lot of time in air zones anymore. And haven't since they added flying. It still surprises me every time. Now that I think about it, the 4 of us, only you and Alphino have any real experience in conversing with Sylph. Still, it can't be that hard, can it? Though I had the honor of sharing a table with Elder Frixio and Alamigo, I did not have the opportunity to speak with him. I do hope my studies have granted me sufficient grasp of his people's customs. Hello, Frixio. Ah, welcome, brave ones, and friends of brave one. How good it is to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting. It's been a while since we last spoke. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? Yes. Oh, no, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horn 1 Kana Iseta said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solus. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telophoroi. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in a manner of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems. Alice, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No! A Twin Adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlene has sent an envoy who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. An envoy? Could it be that Krile has managed to sway the Forum? We shall know soon enough, but there's more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer. Really? I can't say why they might want... I can see why they might want Scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. It is! I could scarce believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one Fortuno Levaire. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough, but him... Quite. I glean from this that they are taking matters seriously. Or not. I don't like that he just like barged in when we were talking with the Sylph though and is like, let's go! That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members? Unless he volunteered for it. Wait, there's only 99 of them? It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he's concerned for your well-being? Perhaps, but he's always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Phrixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies, along with my report. Oh, well now he's being polite. He didn't even acknowledge Phrixio until after that conversation. Never mind, there will be time to talk later. This one won't keep the walking ones from more urgent matters. Go. Excuse me. The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seedseer awaits even now. Let us be on our way. All right. To the Conjurers Guild. That's where I started my journey as a white mage. Let me in. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The Elder Seedseer and your friends are waiting within. After all this time away, it will be good to see my father, even if it is at an official meeting. 99 may seem like a rather lot of members, but before the Forum was founded, every person of age in Charlian was given equal say in its governance. Many of the institutions that are still active today were established by the people's vote, not least the Studium. As Alice and I were constantly reminded during our time there, it is an example of what can be achieved through absolute democracy. During my time in Charlian, I'd heard much of Fortuno Levaire. Whoops. He is a gifted speaker known among... Well, we can just talk to him again. He is a gifted speaker known amongst other things for the uncompromising application of foreign policy. Oh yeah, I was like, how does he know about their father? But like, yeah, he would know about them. Yeah. My friends, thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Fortuno's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Krile permission to request Charlane's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover. Yeah, it's not going to be good. Here he comes.
elder seats here, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Why did we come to Gridania in particular?
I am Fortuno Levea, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last.
I bet it is.
And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louiswa, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
I mean, I bet you are. Words.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene.
Of course you did.
And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
Well, screw you too.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
And how would you do that?
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline.
Definitely not.
But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both.
No, not that.
Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure?
Because you're a dick.
For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war,
you forsake all you once held dear.
Better to fight and fail than wait for the axe to fall. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it's indolence. It is in your power to save us, refuse and you condemn us all. Nah, I don't think we need them. It would just be helpful. Yeah, let's go with the first one.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike her, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alizé, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
A little harsh.
What? Father. How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fourcheneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
You know, it'd be really cool if they gave Alphino and like Alizé our last name, if we like officially adopt them in like the actual story, and they get our last name, whatever it is. Although I realize some of them, for some people, they would end up with a stupid last name, but they can be Alphino and Alizé, Anaya or Ivana. That'd be cool.
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father, wait!
Don't bother, Alizé.
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
Alizé Ara could work, yeah. I know lots of people said that they like want to adopt them when this cutscene happened, but I think it'd be cool if they actually do that in the story. It was not so very long ago that we had a friend and neighbor in Sharlayan, and so I clung to the hope that she might yet lend us her strength. But when she forsook Dravania, it would seem she forsook us all. In order to avoid conflict with Garlemald, the Forum went so far as to order the abandonment of an entire city-state. Their refusal to aid us now is, I am sorry to say, entirely consistent with their historic position. He looks very, like... Can you, like, look... Okay, don't look down at me quite so much. Yeah, he looked really sad when he was just, like, staring, like, straight down. Anyways. It is we who walk the path of ruin. Is it we who walk the path of ruin? Time will tell. Yeah, it's not. We're good. But that's rough for you guys. So that's what he came here to say? That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi? As for the rest, like it or not, this was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fourcheneau who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall have to face the Telophoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why'd they not simply keep their counsel as they are wont to do? Who's calling? She's like, really? A phone call in the middle of her conversation? How rude. Haley, has Master Fourcheneau arrived yet? Yeah, he just left, actually. Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they are hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Fortuno's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. What if they genuinely believe they know how the world will end and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they are not as unconcerned about the Telophoroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission. Researching Hydaelyn and ethereal seas, I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem. But don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. Have we ever had people responding to what people are telling to us on our link pearls? I thought that they were private, but this this specific cutscene is showing that like whenever we're talking on our link shell, like everybody can hear, unless we just turn on like the speakerphone function. I think I read that one. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I'm aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge. With your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. I've always wanted to visit Sharlayan. Please do. Well, there are one or two things to take care of here. I've always wanted to visit Sharlayan. And so you shall, albeit under less than happy circumstances. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything's in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope, yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Sharlayans hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt from them a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must need confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telophoroi. Whew, it's bedtime. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Sharlayan intend to do if we fail? What? Let's take some pineapple juice. Well, on that note, it is now 10:03, and it is past the end of my stream time. So I'm going to log out right here, and I will be continuing the story next Monday. I should finish it unless I get distracted and end up having like an hour and a half conversation like I did tonight. But yeah, so I will be back not until next Monday, but after that, next week, I should be able to start getting back into some more streams. I plan on streaming Thursday and Friday next week, and then slowly getting into it before the expansion. So until next Monday, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will see you guys Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Good night.